Not loads and loads, I know I'm not a real professional, but I do believe we're on. My microphone thing says it's working as well, so I'm going to just crack on. I'm going to just go here. Oh no, I can't do that either, can I? Do you know, I really need to learn how to use this thing. I'll do what I can, but there we are. So good morning. Thanks if you're here. I've got my little notes up here. Welcome to the first ever official Simon Says. And just thanks again to Mike. Mike suggested that name, which I don't know if you were watching the video last time, and I'd come up with some couple of different sort of names, which were something along the lines of the Wrinkly Potato Show and the Canarian Red Sauce Show or something like that. But anyway, none of them really sort of hit home. So the best one was Simon Says. So this is the first official Simon Says, so welcome. And today is the 18th of March, and it's my nanny's birthday. And my nanny left us a long time ago, but I always remember the 18th of March, and I really don't know why. So happy birthday, Nanny, up there. She was probably born, and I don't know when. My mum will be watching, I'm sure she'll be able to tell me, but she was probably born in 1900 or something like that. Must be born in 1900, I'm sure, something like that. And well, if you can imagine what she'd seen through her age, amazing, isn't it? So today is a lovely day. So what I'm going to do is I did a little video for everyone. You can have a look at this video here. Is anyone actually watching? I don't see anyone saying hello, and normally we have people saying hello. Now I saw this this morning. Do you see that lady up there cleaning the terrace there? And well, could you imagine having that apartment and seeing that view straight off the apartment balcony? That is pretty awesome, isn't it? I'd certainly be. Thank you, Jet Power. At least I know I'm live. At least I know someone's looking. So what a fabulous day. Probably 22 centigrade down here today. We'll save that one till next. Now I'll show you this one. This one I walked along the beach a little bit so you can see the Viking boat off there. People playing beach volleyball. Absolutely blue as you like out there. Thank you very much, Pascal. Thank you. At least I know I'm not doing it just to myself, mate. Right, so yeah, not many people there at the moment. That was probably 9:45 this morning, but that'll be absolutely packed out later. And as I walked away, and I don't know if you know where we are, I'm sure if we go back to the first one, you know this square here. I mean, if you know Los Cristianos, you know this square. There's a couple of bars and cafes there, and there on the left-hand side, just here, is that little old house. Well, as I left the beach, it looks like it's for sale. I just wonder how much that would be. I saw it there for sale and I thought, really? Well, I might phone it and just ask how much they want for it. And but it's got, I mean, I don't know, I've never been in there before. But you look, I mean, it's got an entrance. I've seen a guy living in there before, and he was in a wheelchair, so goodness knows how he got down there. But you know, something has been done to it. It's painted. I mean, it looks reasonably stable, but you know, it can't be much inside there, can there? Really, looking at the size of it. But it is where it is, and it's like the only one there. And I wonder if it's been registered or anything like that. So that'd be interesting. So, oh hi John. There we are. Now people are woken up. Morning everyone. Howard, morning. John McClue, morning. Stuart says hi. Keith says good morning, Simon. Thank you very much, everyone, for showing up. I really thought I was on my. I seriously thought, oh look, oh, there we are. Look, my mum's found me. She tells me that Nanny was born in 1909, so I wasn't far off. How about that? What she'd seen in her days. So let's carry on. Now today is a day that we've got some friends here, and we're going to go for lunch. But the idea was we were going to go out for lunch, but it turns out that we've got a couple of friends who have suddenly had emergencies. One's been asked to go to mainland Spain to go and look after her mum because she's ill. and the other one, I think she's been authorised to have an operation, but she's got to go back to a specific hospital back in the mainland. So we're going to be absolutely full up with dogs, and Anna doesn't want to leave them on their own, so we're going to have our friends come to our house today for lunch. And one of the sad things about that is that as of last Saturday, now I'm not saying this is absolutely honest, but as of last Saturday, I gave up drinking. Well, I have done for the week so far. But as I say, we'll have to wait and see what happens at lunchtime. See if I get cajoled into drinking. Oh right, so Pascal says he'll take it if we get less than 50 grand. Yeah, you might get the little bit on the end there for 50 grand. Yeah, exactly. We could all join in and have a little bar there. Oh, that would be a good idea. Let's all join in and have a little bar there. And then we've got access probably straight out onto the beach. Nice. Right, now then, I don't know if anyone knows, I don't know if anyone's on this particular live, but on the video now, I do a secret newsletter. I send it out once a month, so I've now set out what I plan to do now every month. This is the way it's sort of going to work. The first week of the month, not necessarily on the first, but the first week of the month will be the newsletter, which probably a lot of you receive, otherwise you probably wouldn't be on this now, you wouldn't know about it. And then the second week, I'd planned for, blast, I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing the second week, but I've done it anyway. Oh no, that is what I'm talking about now, the secret newsletter. So I do a secret newsletter, which is a video newsletter. It's only like a little behind the scenes thing, just telling you it's like 5 minutes or something like that. So if you're interested, you could drop a message in here if you like with your email. Probably best not with your email address here. You've only got to email me anyway. Go to contactsimon.com. There's a website there that I've set up. It's got all my contact details. So if you don't know my email address and you want the secret newsletter, just write in the subject secret newsletter. I'll just add you to the list. But it just goes out once a month. So first week will be the normal newsletter where we get a bit of news about Tenerife and so on and so forth, a bit of news about the animals at home and things. Then the second week will be that secret newsletter. This is the third week. And then during the month as well, assuming that every month has roughly 4 weeks, I'll be doing during that month I'll be doing a video, and then that video will be launched on the 4th-ish week of the month. So in my secret video newsletter, I said that I was going to go and have a heart check. In fact, John is watching now, unless he's switched off because he's bored. But John said, I hope your heart went okay. Well, I didn't actually have the heart test that day, which was last Thursday or something, because the doctor had to be there and the doctor wasn't there at the time. So if anyone saw that, and if anyone's interested, my heart was okay yesterday, even though the nurse was reasonably attractive. Don't tell Anna, I'm sure she's not watching this anyway, but reasonably attractive. My heart still wasn't fluttering, so I was quite pleased with that. No, all good, which is nice. Now, if anyone follows any Instagram channels that I'm on, I'm on Instagram and Facebook, which I did a couple of videos during the week, short ones. It is Carnival weekend, so if anyone's here for the Carnival, enjoy it. It's now then, I've probably got a photograph here actually. Let's have a look here. I might even have, if no one's seen it, it might be interested. Let's have a look here. Did a video. Is that it? Could be it. Yes, it is. Right, okay, so let's watch this. If anyone's interested in this, I don't know if the sound will come out, hopefully it will. Don't think it's coming out. Oh, it just says stuff going on here in Los Cristianos because it's the Carnival. Here we are, Carnival, if you haven't seen it online. So that'll be this Sunday. Last one to take place was, I think they did one last year, but it probably wasn't that well attended, but it looks like they're doing sort of a Japanese influence there. Look, do you see? And this morning I walked down this morning and saw the kids on the stage. They're all practicing their stuff. So, but as I said in this video, if you, it doesn't matter that you can't hear it, but as I said in the video, it's this would probably be the first most well attended one since it was cancelled in 2020, because I did a short video when I went to the square, oh look, Carnival's here and all the rest of it, and then that was 2020, everyone's going, no, it'll probably be cancelled because of all this COVID stuff, whatever that is, and yeah, it was cancelled. So this will be hopefully well attended. I'm sure it'll be well attended. We had the Carnival in Santa Cruz as well at the start of this month, maybe the end of last, but I think more at the start of this month, and that was very, very well attended. Thank you very much, Mike. Yep, Mike says good news, soon about the heart. Thank you. Right, what else? So I'm working on my video. Now, I told you earlier that I've got sort of 4 plans, 4 things that happen during the week. So, you know, the standard newsletter, the secret newsletter, this live video, and the video I'm going to do through the month, which I'll then edit and then upload. Now, obviously there'll be property videos and things. Oh, I must just show you as well. I bought a new camera. Don't know if anyone knows anything about cameras. That, I'll show you up there like that. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's a 360-degree camera. So it's got 2 lenses and it sort of looks out the side, and very, very, very clever. Very clever indeed. And in fact, I've got a pole for it as well. And I'll just get that here, look. So, I'm probably really boring you now, but that, I'm a bit of a tech geek, I quite like stuff. That screws into there. But, when I edit the video, I can extend that pole out and go really, really high. That's 3 meters long, that pole. And I can extend that pole out, and the editing stuff allows it to disappear. Absolutely amazing. Insta360, Mike, exactly that. Yep. Insta360 number 3 is called X3? I can't remember. But, oh, I'm very impressed with it. But I'm not impressed with the audio. The audio is terrible. It's got awful microphones. So, I've got some friends coming over at the end of this week. So, this weekend, I'm going to be ordering some, well, Mike will like this, some DJI microphones, and then I shall be then connecting them to this. So then the audio would be better. So I'll be practicing with this, getting some audio, proper audio, and then we'll be away. We'll have some nice videos, go around and do some town videos. There's even a little sticky thing that you can screw this on, and then you can stick it onto the back window of the car. Ooh, and then drive around with it. I'm not so sure if I'm going to be doing that, but I could do it from the inside and make sure the screen's clean and things like that, and then do it out that way. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when the microphones come. It'll be a lot. I'll be able to work out. Now then, let's have a look at the. Get rid of that. I did have some news for everyone. Here we go. So let's put this here, and then we'll bring this in here. There we go. Look. Right. Oh, that was me just getting sorted out how I could show the thing. Right. Okay. So. This is the news. I should put something up here along the bottom, shouldn't I, really? Down there sort of thing with the news. I will do that, I think, for the next video. Right, a couple arrested for scamming €100,000 for rental in Tenerife. Now, this has happened many, many times. So I'm only going to be warning you that if you're thinking about renting, I don't do rentals, but if you're thinking about renting, try and use someone who is maybe you've used before or highly recommended from other people. I could probably put you in touch with someone for holiday rentals if you're that concerned. But it turns out that these people have been taking deposits for properties probably that don't exist. And this has happened twice on this property. Now, we've sold this property now. You might have seen it online before. Really, really nice. I mean, how much would that cost to rent for a month? How much do you think that would cost to rent for a month? I don't know. I don't do rentals. 5 or 6 grand maybe. There was a guy advertising this for €2,000 a month. Can you imagine how many this actual property? They'd scraped the photographs from my website. In fact, they were using the old photographs. They must have been passed on by someone else because they were using the photographs when we first sold this. And they advertise it on places like Idealista, things like that. And at 2,000, oh, I've got to have that, got to have that. That is a brilliant deal. Well, of course, it's a brilliant deal. But it's a brilliant deal for a reason. And unfortunately, people have lost money there. And I know this for sure because 2 occasions, the first time when we actually sold it the first time, there were cleaners in there, and the cleaners phoned me and they said, oh, there are people here waiting to get in. Oh no, hang on a second, no, there are people here that have rented this for September and they'd like to have a look inside just to suss out, you know, exactly what they've got and things like that. And it was like, my buyers have just bought this and they are not renting it out. This is their second home. And so they were sorely disappointed. And then I looked into it and found out all about the photographs and the pricing and all the rest of it. And then just recently, I had a number from America call me, and they said, Simon, yeah. I thought, okay. Well, I must have picked it up off the internet. You're selling this villa, right? I said, yeah. But they also said it's also for rent for €2,000 a month. I can't believe it. So I looked into it, and sure enough, there it was. And in fact, I started egging the guy along actually, and I was hoping to have a conversation with him and then meet him with the police, but I was just going on too far. And the bloke wanted all my details and all the bank, and here's my bank thing, and it all went that far, you know, here's my bank details and that sort of thing. And yeah, terrible, terrible, terrible. And in fact, the gardener was there, and the owner had some friends staying there as well. This is recently, and these people came along with their their suitcases, and they came along and said, "Oh right, we're coming in. We're here." And the gardener said no, and the friends had to come out and go, "I think you've been tricked." Oh, terrible, isn't it? I can't remember how much they paid, but yeah, they obviously paid these deposits, and just be careful. Seriously, if you're coming out on holiday, just be careful. I often think about, I don't want to get involved in rentals, but I just often think about, I would do it just to stop a lot of this stuff going on. I mean, obviously you can't control everything, can you? You just need to be a bit careful, that's all. Right, so the next bit of news is a British tourist says, I'm not surprised that some islands don't want some tourists who visit the Canary Islands, especially some British. I just spent 2 weeks in Tenerife and I observed very unpleasant situations with very drunk people, mainly probably in this area here. This is Veronica's down here. You can see KFC, and we can see the amount of people there are down there as well. And I'm sure it gets well out of hand, absolutely well out of hand there. Well, in fact, my godson and a friend came over, we're talking years ago, crikey, that is years ago, probably 10 years ago now, and they went out first night and had their both phones stolen, and drunk as anything, but oh no, someone put some drugs in our drink, which obviously you have to be very careful about, but yeah, I mean, they just were unleashed. So in fact, it says further down here that Lanzarote are actually thinking, I can't remember where it is now, I did read it quickly, that Lanzarote are actually thinking about restricting or trying to improve the class of people that come here on holiday. So that would be nice if they do. Oh, Tina Turner's coming. Right, how about this then? 2 more things, nice things now. So I read this yesterday, and there's a stretch of water, it seems, between up in the north, never eat shredded wheat, you have to do that, never eat shredded wheat. So on the northwest of the island, something like that anyway, where these pilot whales are. And now it's been sort of like a protected area, something like that. So pilot whales, second largest dolphin species behind the orca killer whale, and look, it's absolutely fantastic that they're here. So that's really nice. I'm very pleased about that. And a bit of business, not for me, but for Tenerife itself. Amazon Studios came to Tenerife recently and started shooting the 2nd season of The Rings of Power. So The Lord of the Rings by, there's another little bit of thing as well, by Tolkien here. He wrote The Lord of the Rings, blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously they're doing prequels now, which is a bit kind of like, I'm not really big into it, Star Wars, but they did like a couple of films, and they did some this side, then they did some that side, doing the before and the afters and things like that. So it looks like they're going to be doing some here in Tenerife, so that's really nice as well. So that's good business for the island. Always brings in loads of people because they just want to see where, you know, such and such died or something like that, where that was filmed. So always plenty of interesting things going on there. So that is that. Now then, let's have a look. We've had some chit chat here. Dave says, morning Simon, looking forward to my return. Oh, Dave's coming back to Tenerife on Monday by the looks of things. So that's good for you. Weather's great at the moment. You might have just seen the weather forecast, the weather for today anyway. And Mike's talking about microphones, so we won't go there, Mike. We'll lose all of our 25 viewers. Oh no, we've got 42 viewers, that's nice. Hello everyone. This system's quite good. If I could actually learn how to use it, brilliant. Okay, so Stuart says, I have a question for you. My wife and I are local residents, I'm imagining, living here, and I consider investing up to 1,000 in rental property. Can you give us some pros and cons between short-term tourist lets and long-term residential lets? Okay, right. Let's just think about this then, Stuart. In fact, I've just realised I think who you are, and you've been into my office before, haven't you? So, in fact, you lived close to me. Okay, so short-term holiday lets, very simply, can ruin your property quite well. Let's go back to the news, shall we? If you've got people like that in your apartment, it's going to ruin your property very, very quickly. So holiday lets, people coming in and out. It doesn't matter if they look after it or not. There's lots and lots of movement in that apartment. So, you know, beds will wear out, sofas will wear out, kitchen stuff will wear out, you know, that sort of thing, because it's just continual use. And people, I think probably no matter how careful you want to be, it's still going to be used a lot. So probably you know, a lot of wear and tear. But the positive side is you can charge more for per week. You know, you might say, and I don't know what it's going to be, but 350 euros per week. So 350 times, quick public maths, 350 times 4 is something like, hang on a second, so 1,400 a month, something like that, 1,500 euros a month, and that would be a nice income. So short-term holiday rentals, more income, but more wear and tear. And also you need to be a little bit more careful as well where you buy, because the a lot of the licenses, a lot of the places that will allow licenses are reducing, especially because of the amount of people that are coming here. Tenerife is getting a bit sort of perhaps fussy about where they're going to put holiday makers, which is fair comment. Okay, long-term rental. Long-term rental benefits are you've only got one person or one family or whatever, one contract for 6 months or a year, but less money though, because let's say for that, did I get my maths right? I can't remember. Morning, Tim. Tim's just arrived. Tim is the presenter with his wife of living with multiple sclerosis in Tenerife, so he's a good follower as well. He does some lunch. I think he does lunchtime shows, where he certainly shows you what he's having for lunch. I've seen some of them. Anyway, okay, back to long-term rentals then. Long-term rentals, less money because the you know, they're expected to be less money, although they're getting very, very expensive, I have to say. But all rentals are going up, holiday and long-term. But less money, but less things to change. And also, the downside about it is, if you look at the Spanish law, if you want to get the long-term tenant out, let's say after 6 months or a year if the contracts run out, they actually have the, hang on a sec. Excuse me, they actually have the right to stay for up to 5 years. So if you say, oh well, the contract's come to an end now we want to sell the property, well, it's not actually that simple if they want to follow the law. So if you've got a contract going and they're paying properly, then it's difficult. Not because of what we say in Spanish are culpas, and I can't remember what the name is in English. The people that stay there unwanted, people that move in unwantedly. Crikey, I can't remember the name. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Not because of that, but because they have the right to stay for 5 years, because the government are saying, look, we don't want these people just chucked out every 6 months to a year and have to go and find somewhere else. So they're giving them up to 5 years. So Stuart, that is the long answer to your reasonably short question. Anyone else got any other questions? Because we're coming up to, good grief, that's rattled on by kind of 6 minutes, and I try to keep it to half an hour just to stop people getting that bored. I must do a little thing for the news. Steve Fisher says morning. Morning, Steve. I must do that thing. If I did it for the news, that would be quite good. What else have we got here? Right, one more thing that, okay. I was going to put it up on the screen. I've decided against putting it up on the screen, but someone commented on one of my adverts. I run some adverts on Facebook and YouTube. And one of them was of me standing on Los Cristianos beach and saying, welcome to Los Cristianos, or something like that. And this guy decided to say something pretty derogatory about Tenerife, but he said that Tenerife is the worst beach in the world. It's a heck of a beach, isn't it? It's actually an island, mate. I decided, well, Anna told me, not to start responding to these people. It's only my ego, and she's absolutely right, but, you know, why is anyone having a go our island. I mean, it's sort of been, I love it anyway. You don't have to love it, but you know. Okay, I was going to do those things, but I'm not going to show those things again because of my ego. Anna, if you're watching, and I know you're not, but there we are. Right, okay, we've done the news. Oh, Coco. Coco is our white cat. Let me just show you, if I can, very, very quickly. She went to the vets the other day because her eye, look at her poor little thing. Let me show you just quickly. This one here. There she is, there, look. So this is her in the garden. You see her her right eye, look at it there, poor old thing. We took her down the vets. And poof, she wouldn't get in the basket. She hates getting in the carrying basket, that's for sure. And we took her down the vets because she's like this. But when she gets down the vet, she's totally different cat. And we got her down the vet. The vet took her out of the box, and I thought, oh, yeah, got out just like that. That's absolutely amazing. And Anna, being a vet nurse, well, being the owner as well, but was holding the cat. And then Anna looked and went, what's that there? And something, I'm going to say like that, a long little black spiky thing came out of her eye. And it had been like stuck in that for a couple of days. But because she wouldn't get near us, it was just so difficult to get her to see. But anyway, there we are, that's her. Let's have a look here. Any more questions? I don't think we have any questions today, do we? Oh, Stuart's thank you. Squatters, thank you, Pasquale. Jet Power, I don't know if you guys can see the notes, I suspect you probably can, the messages and things like that. But anyway, you got the word exactly right there, squatters, thank you very much. We are now at 39 viewers, we're at pretty much 27 minutes. So, I don't think there's much else to say. Show my camera. Secret newsletter agent, if anyone's secret agent newsletter, if anyone's interested in the video newsletter, just drop me a line, no problem at all. And let's see in 1 month's time if I'm carrying on not drinking. I'm going to knock it on the head there. Oh, hang on a sec, we've got a question about licensification. If the complex building have tourist license, you still, yeah, you have to, yeah, well, it depends. I mean, yeah, good one, Daniel. Okay, I'm going to say it, Daniel. I'll say it out loud in case someone hasn't read it. It says here, question about licensing for vacation. If the complex building has a tourist license, do you still need to obtain a license yourself? Well, yes, you would. I'm assuming when you say a license itself, are you talking about a hotel? Then I have seen hotels with VV licenses on. So yes, I'm going to say you do. Because when you're talking about a building having a vacation license, I'd imagine each apartment has to be checked. So each owner will have to have their VV license. I'm going to say that. I'm asking because we're heading to it tomorrow to find our dream holiday apartment to buy. We're wondering what other things we need to take into consideration. Yeah, you'll need to think about that. No more. Oh, Chris has asked any more update on the 90-day rules. Still the same. I've heard people just keep saying they're looking into it, but until we get something. But no, I will definitely. Mike said no, it's sole traders for apartments. So you're saying, yeah. So Mike's saying everyone has their own license. If you're talking about just a big building, which isn't actually a hotel, but you know the Cabildo allowing VV licenses. If you're just talking about that, then yes, every rented apartment has to have a VV license. But I'm not so sure about the hotel thing. I'd still say everyone has to have a VV license as well. So better to be safe than sorry. That's it. So, okay, someone else did say something. So question of maintenance payments when you buy an apartment in a complex. Would you be informed about future works to be done? You wouldn't automatically be informed. So if you're buying an apartment and there is what's called a dirhama is, let's say, an extra payment every month on top of your monthly, so your normal monthly payment is €100, but there's a dirhama of 50, and the €50 is extra on top of the 100 for, let's say, 6 months, which was agreed by the community because they wanted the pool tiles repaired or something like that. But there wasn't enough in the bank to do it, so everyone's agreed another €50 for 6 months to top up the bank. Then the administration company will probably get a loan, get the tiles done, and then you guys will be paying it back €50 a month, as it, for the next 6 months, something like that. That's a dirhama. But to find out for future works, if it's not actually a dirhama at the moment, it's unlikely you'll be told, because if it's going to be another €50, they're probably not going to want to put you off. But your best bet, this is your best bet, is to go to, if you're that interested in it, find out from the administration company or find out from the seller, and then get the last minutes of the last general meeting, and that way then it will tell you, oh yeah, we're still saving up for the painting of the outside or whatever. So that's probably the best thing anyway. Zealous178 says, do you think prices will go up or down later this year? Well, prices are still going up. I just cannot believe some of the prices people are asking. I know they're asking. You can ask what you like, whether or not they sell or not. But there's a lot of Eastern European money coming over, not illegally, but just trying to get it out of Eastern Europe. I think just for obvious reasons. So they're certainly bolstering. That's certainly bolstering prices anyway. But it's yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I was on a long term, but I think you didn't buy. Tim says, I was asked if you do long-term rentals. I'm assuming me, so I don't, as you know, thank you. I said you didn't, yeah, but you do. I know the best website to look for. Yeah, well, as I was saying earlier, Tim, the it's a bit dodgy, isn't it, at times? We've got a couple of properties for sale who are owned by a couple who came over here and were not happy with the rental companies they've been dealing with, and they then set up their own. Now they're up the road here. The name's Ian and Karen. So you could ask, what's their website? Carrie-Ann. Right, so it's Karen and Ian, K-A-R, and then for Karen, and then Ian. Carrie-Ann, probably Carrie-Ann Rentals. I suspect if you put Carrie-Ann and then Rentals Los Cristianos, something like that, their website will come up. I mean, they're good people, they're honest people, so there aren't any problems with them. So those are the people I'd recommend anyway, for short-term holiday lettings. Long-term, yeah, I mean, that's a difficult one, isn't it? There's hardly anything around anyway, and then you find something, and the prices are just ridiculous. So, question related to renovation of a place. I read that you need to hire an architect for it, but do Complex have anything to say when it comes to it? Right. Daniel, if you're renovating inside, you can do what you like, but obviously you need to be very, very careful with supports and things like this. But you may have columns, or you may have columns in a wall or something like that, support columns, and then they've put the wall, let's do it that way, put the wall up to the columns like that, or you may have a column in the middle, you know, in a supporting the ceiling. I've not heard that you have to have an architect, but of course, if you want to do it properly, it's going to be the best thing to do. So that is the last of the questions there. Yeah, I think that is it. I think I've answered those questions. So have a great week, have a great month, because I'll see you in the next video here in 1 month's time. Well, maybe I'll see you. If you're coming along to Los Cristianos, maybe you'll pop in. If you are going to pop in and have a chat, best to let me know on Simon S. Oh, it's on there anyway. Well, I keep saying about, oh, send me an email and all the rest of it. It's along the bottom of the blessed screen there anyway, isn't it? My email address. So send me an email if you want the Secret Agents video newsletter. Send me an email there. If you're coming into Los Cristianos and just want to pop in, I'm not always here, so send me an email here as well, and we'll make an arrangement to make sure I'm definitely in. So. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, thanks everyone. I'm off.